Yo. What's going on, everybody? It's the Black Monk Critic here. We live. Welcome to another reaction of Hunter x Hunter. We're going to get to chapters 394 and 395 just because last Sunday I was really busy. I was out of the house. I was seeing some friends with my wife. It was really great. It was fun. But I just did not have time to get to 394. So today is two chapters. I'm gonna try to get back on schedule with all the other stuff that I was reacting to, like Alita and Yona. I think next week, I'm gonna do an Alita reaction, and then the following week will be Yona, and then I'll get back to Hunter x Hunter reaction, and then some some Chainsaw Man chapters that I'll react to. That's kind of where I'm at with it right now. I want to get to. I said I was going to get to Paradise Kiss, and then I never got to it. I feel awful about it because from what I remember and what I read, I loved it. And of course, Ayazawa, who wrote Nana, is incredible. So I want to get back to that too. I want to get back to Paradise Kiss. I really, really want to get back to it. Anyways, Hunter x Hunter time. Let's get into it. I don't want to say too much at the beginning of these videos because I know folks are watching and you like to kind of get right into it. So let's get into it. Chapter 394 is entitled Hypothesis. You know what I love about Hunter x Hunter? The titles of the chapters are always just a little wacky. They're always kind of vague. They're always vague titles. I feel with shonen, with weekly shonen Jump manga, the chapter titles are always either really on on that, it's I can't remember the word, but you know what I mean. It's this is what the chapter is about, right? Or it's a little vague but not too vague, so you can still kind of have an idea of generally what the moral of the chapter is going to be, or what lesson you're supposed to kind of take from it, or something like that, or what kind of thought you're supposed to take from it. But Hunter x Hunter is just hypothesis, disappointment, explosion, and it's just really funny to me. And if it's not that, then it's just really, really on the nose. That's what I was trying to remember. It's really on the nose. Let's go to Macedona. It's that. And in that point, Takashi's making a joke, so it's just very funny to me. Anyways. Okay. All right. So we left right where we left off. Awesome. I don't mind stepping over that away. But see, I need to use the bathroom. You know what they say, the old bladder gets overactive as you age. This dude is clearly a Nen user. He's got some weird ability that requires him to do something related to speaking or saying certain phrases or something like that. That's what I think. That's my thought. Just wet your pants. I'm not kidding. Have a heart. They say even a worm will turn, right? Because normal people don't really respond in this way when someone's throwing a knife at them or they're gonna kill them. Normal people move. Normal people panic. This person's just chilling, So he's definitely not just some old dude or some weirdo who's just kind of standing around. So through the knife, boom, right in the leg. Yeah. Ow, how could you? I haven't done anything wrong. He's still saying that. God, ow. I don't even see any blood. Where's your real body? I'll show what happens when a human being gets stabbed. I used to be an insurance scammer, bro. I love Takashi. Takashi. I love Hunter x Hunter so much. Oh my god. I used to be an insurance scammer. The more you yell and roll in pain, the more people imagine it must be a serious injury. It's a tough world out there, huh? Who cares? Where's the corporal and where's your body? Yo. Okay, so it disappeared. He disappeared into thin air? He has powers like you, bro. Heinrich. We can't leave highly to the Phantom Troop. Can't we leave highly to the Phantom Troop? You found Hisoka. We should deal with the rest in order. First, we'll have the troop wreak havoc in their hideout. I'll go fetch the blade. Hey, don't go in there. Yep. They said, don't go in there. What are you doing? We told y'all. We said this old dude had an ability. We said he had an ability. Why did you step into the room? Right? We learned that from previous Succession War chapters, right? When like someone like steps into a particular space that is controlled by someone with like that kind of ability. Don't even bother entering the room. Just like you gotta figure it out. You gotta like try different things, right? Like hammer through the knife to like see what was going on, through the knife at the person, at the old dude. Realized it wasn't even his real body when he got stabbed. So already like all the dots were connected. And it's like if your bosses don't walk into the room, don't walk into the room. Okay. Boom. What? Tasi's gone. I knew it. Must be the same guy who's been kidnapping our men. This trap sends you somewhere else when you enter the room. It's a trap, but set by someone else. The troops Nobunaga eliminated that killer. Really? 3 of them were staying in our office for a bit. They've left, but the killer's head and torso were left behind. It was their idea to crush Hailey. I see. They'll take care of this trap too. I'll follow up on my own leads in the meantime. Huh? I just went in the room. Why am I in front of a door? Ooh, he dead. Done for. Ooh, stab. Game over. All right. I made it to level 21. Yo. Rats. I'll take this. I was a transmuter. Here. Thanks. Come on, emitter. So they're like doing the like Nen test with a like glass of water. That's so funny. Conjurer. Dang it. Lucky. A lot of left-handed people are conjurers. Mont. This is the last one. Terrabellum. Emitter. Transporter Hitman. Level 21. Voconte connected this room to processing. Okay. Chief, could you help over here? Sure. We'll all reach level 21 soon. Almost time for you guys to level up. Okay. Montblanc Toto, Conjurer. Cleaner Feed Manufacturing, level 3. Chiffon Toto, Conjurer. Sewing Arts and Crafts, level 6. Okay, so these are kind of like, they're all like, like what you would call it kind of like a jobber or whatever, but like those 2 are like jobbers, like Montblanc and Chiffon. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Montblanc? I can't remember. I know there's like a character in a Final Fantasy game with that name, but like I never could pronounce it, so I don't know. We haven't been able to reach the VVIP area, Butler. Our liaison with the 4th Prince. I see. 4th Prince might have realized. I thought we had some more time until this place was discovered. Gatom's report shows this is not the case. So I'd like to recruit one of the 4th Prince's personal soldiers. I want someone to capture one while helping Dogman. I think I'd prefer to be the organ. Changing clothes is a pain. Matvere, transmuter. Temp staffing, mediator, level 21. So he's got an ability. Then I'll go. Sodom. Manipulator, like Sodom and Gomorrah. Manipulator. Back alley doctor. Hitman, level 31. Woo, level 31. Good Lord. Considering his personality, he'll want to deal with me, the traitor, one-on-one. But during the succession battle, I can't predict when and how he'll move. I want to infect someone on his side with contagion in order to track his movements. If you find a soldier on the list, bring them here. You can't use room 3101 anymore, so enter from door C. Right. Orage and Yokotani continue to keep watch over the door, though you'll only get military and Yakuza now. Oh, that's okay. If you get any of the 4th Prince's men, invite them here. Got it. The 1st Prince's men would be bad. Is there any lawful basis on which to send them away? Orage. Okay. Enhancer. Ooh. Waste disposal, contractor, level 21. I feel like enhancer is always a little tough to deal with sometimes. Like, I mean, like they're like logically they're not tough to deal with if you have an ability that like a manipulator ability or like a like a conjuration ability or something like that, or a specialization ability, then maybe not as difficult. Like, but I feel like enhancers like are just really well balanced, so they can kind of like go into a situation, and kind of scrape through. They're a little scrappy. None. Okay, is there any lawful basis on which to send them away? None. Yokotani's level 27. Unscrupulous lawyer. Yo, these like terms and stuff are so funny. Back alley doctor, waste disposal contractor, unscrupulous lawyer. Like all of them just have like jobs that are like sus, right? That is like very like suspect. Notre and Souffle go back to room 3131 and see what's going on with room 3101. Okay. Let's see. Level 24 and level 28. These folks are like a good number of these folks are like on like a high level. They have an ability. Right? If I remember, like when you reach level 20, you get an ability. Let me see. Let me look that up real quick. Right. Upon reaching level 20, they manifest a unique ability. Right. Okay. So let's see what we got. How do we get back to room 3131? We just got back to the hideout via 3131 and through disposal, aka the laundry room. So we do the reverse. Go through the laundry room to the processing room, aka the shower room, and out through the living room door. Run that by me again. This is like, yo, who's this? Souffle is like, what? Why can't you get it the first time? That's gonna get you killed. I'll just go with you. What would you do without me? Dog? You have the most important role. I need you to find what I'm looking for. Yep. I'll need to level up. Dogman, enhancer, pro wrestler, level 36. Yes. Go to processing and take priority. Get yourself past 50. Wow. And there's that cat that Heinrich left behind. That's like a camera. He went back to go and grab it. Okay. So let's see the footage. Looking closely. Boom! They busted in. Clear. They're gone. There's a body here. A Sha'ara member. Now we just have to cause. Now we have just cause for breaking down the door. Contact Central PD and ask for forensics. We were trying to halt the conflict when a Hailey member fired at us and ran. That brought us here. Hailey don't submit their member list. So technically they're civilians. This room is officially registered as their office, so until the suspect is identified, the police will have to treat it as a mafia crime. The problem is, if a supposed civilian is killed, we can't tell whether the cops will treat it as part of the conflict. If a clueless career bureaucrat declares it a mafia hit on a civilian, then all bets are off. All these people are so corrupt, yo. We need to capture the Hailey leader, Morena Prudo, before it gets to that. Ideally, we should hand her over without troubling the fourth prince over it. We will get Shiyu and Char to assist in sweeping through Tier 3. To avoid drawing the attention of the Royal Army or the police, don't bring anything bigger than a revolver. Corporal? Shouldn't we formulate a playbook beforehand in case there are one or more Nen users within Hailey? Nen? What? It's a special ability trending in Tier 1. It's a major threat. It's related to why the Prince Serid, or Serid? Serid? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll go with Serid. Or Serid. I don't know. Serid. Hasn't immediately responded to this emergency. We should consider how to take control of the situation when normal weapons aren't effective. PV2 Odoksin. Who gave you that report? Associate Borkson, Royal Quarters Security Detail. PFC Borkson, I'll make a compelling case that she transfers to Tier 3 as an advisor. And PV2 Odoksin, never abbreviate the fourth prince's name again. I'll gouge your eyes out, you maggot. You'll spend the rest of your life working the front with me. I don't care what Nen is, but you'll take the first hit. Got it? You freaking maggot? Sir, yes, sir. You idiot. You don't have to drag Bork into this, but we'll need intel. It's obvious why Morena chose this moment to rise in revolt. You'd think she'd pick a fight with Seri if she didn't have a plan. Yo, he just does not care. I love that. He just keeps using nicknames. I'll go with Seri. I like that. That's a good one. I don't know. I see an idiot without a plan who won't stop pushing the corporal's buttons. It was calculated. We got Bork, right? Sin, I'll shoot you personally. Shut your freaking mouth. Yes, freaking sir. Stop that, you maggot. Oh my god, it's so funny. The last we'll see of the Royal Military Academy's famous shouting match. Don't even joke about it. It's based on objective facts. Oh my god. Okay, all right. Whoa. We got the text. Okay, we got all this text. Let's see what's happening. All right. That body had been dead for a few days. He was clearly killed before the second sweep. That means they couldn't find the body, or strictly speaking, we're trying not to find it. Well, the military and the cops use their discretion when it comes to mafia scuffles, right? Like that good dude who got paid by Heinrich and their actual boss, well, I think there are there's more than one underboss, but I can't remember. Okay, but he got paid. Yeah. Okay. I'll go back and think about it, but I think it was Heinrich and then the other guy who was who has a smile that people kind of think might be a Nen ability, but I have no idea. But they both paid that guard, that officer or whatever. So yeah, obviously the police are corrupt and the military is corrupt and all of these, law enforcement figures are corrupt. Okay, but surely they didn't think it was a mafia problem during that sweep. It's likely the search at the Hailey office was just a verbal confirmation. The cops know that. The coroner will read between the lines and fudge the time of death to match the official report. But what about the Hunter Association, right? Look, what I love about Tagashi is he's just so not effortlessly, but just so nonchalantly is just showing a conversation between military officials and officers who were just so used to corruption that they don't even bat an eye when they're just the cops will know that. The coroner will read between the lines. They'll fudge the time of death to match their official report. The cops use their discretion when it comes to mafia scuffles. It's just the corruption is just so deep, right? They're just whatever. If they stick their noses into forensics, things will change. The tampering will come to light. What if they come to lose faith in the Cocking investigation and do their own? The Hunter Association is supposed to provide security for the princes and support at Central. Would a mafia conflict trigger a criminal investigation? That security assignment is a problem. So this is where the courts system that they have set up in Miyai's Dome, I think it's that Mizai's Dome, the crime hunter, right? That dude. He's the bull, I believe. Yeah, he's got the cow outfit, but he's the bull of the Zodiacs. He's basically he's a cop, but he's not a cop, but he's a cop. The Hunter Association is supposed to provide security, blah blah blah. That security assignment is a problem. Even we personal guards don't know that the mission was a package deal with a super shady ritual until after boarding. The Hunter Association realizes the bloody bond between the royal family and the mafia. They'll naturally consider that optimizing security for the princes means getting rid of the mafia altogether. Oh, those interests would align with the independent Ministry of Justice. Exactly. And getting rid of the mafia is convenient for the first prince. The military ministry and the Hunter Association. Once the rumor spreads that the mafia might be purged, it'll be an all-out war between the government and the mafia. It's clear that Hailey is trying to upset the balance by the fact that they expunged their long-serving members and didn't register the new members, just boarding them as civilians. Like the corporal said, if the head of police demonstrates a lapse in judgment, well, we might be hearing the 7 trumpets of the apocalypse real soon. War sounds interesting, but it will break out as a riot. If the mafia were to join hands and recruit and collude with the proletariat in tiers 4 and 5, we'd be outnumbered. Why don't you reprimand the guys behind me who talk 10 times as much as I do? Because they're smart and you're an idiot. Yo, that's another thing that I love about Togashi. Like he'll just be like if a character is just like, yo, like you're not really like smart, like bro, like you're just not really smart, like, you know, kind of like Chitsu. And like just to like casually drop like proletariat, like who's doing it? Like who's a shonen manga that's like doing it like Togashi, like in this kind of like, come on. The conversation also reflects my opinion, which is to capture Morena Prudo as soon as possible. I get it, Corporal. But sir, Otosin has a point. Oh? Momoli, can I kiss you? Can I kiss you? Die. Morena's rebellion and the lack of Prince on the 4th Prince's response. Considering the prince's temper, he would put reprisal against a traitor on the back burner, only if he's found a new toy. The weapons field stripping and reassembly drill in 7th grade, I wasn't there. They say he holds himself up in his room without eating or sleeping, practicing until he broke the academy speed record. The punk denied practicing and claimed he was playing. I love how we just learned so much about his personality real quick. Like, it's like, this is kind of how, right? It's like, yes, it's info dumpy, but it's still like there's a conversation going on. There's like, you know, what did you call him? The punk. I love how this dude is just like, he gets so pissed when like people like insult the Sari. I'm just gonna call him Sari from now on, right? The 4th Prince. It's so funny. There was an idiot who argued with him during the drill. The prince shot him in the leg after the award ceremony. Off record, though. You can talk back after you break my record, guy. So he shot back with a gun and not his mouth. Act big just because you're a prince. Show us you've got the skills to back it up. It's a sound argument. Who shoots over that? He's so insecure. You can't apply logic to the prince. You're the only one who can talk back to him without getting shot. Are you saying the prince hasn't personally moved to retaliate against Hailey because he's in the middle of learning this nen? Yes. I've at least given some evidence to bolster that hypothesis. There it is. Hypothesis. Right? We should wait for Borkson, do a fact check, and narrow down the possibilities. But the assumption that Morena Prudo doesn't use nen is too optimistic. It should be discarded. We should also make transfer requests within a reasonable frequency. Yeah, just in case. Why is that? A purge will be planned as a state secret, so the soldiers won't be told when or what. When it's carried out, they'll find an excuse to close the staircase between tiers 2 and 3, with access only given to the royal army. So from our perspective, as soon as our transfer requests start getting denied or deferred, we'll know the plans have been set in motion. Purge will be planned as a state secret. When it's carried out, they'll find an excuse to close the staircase between tiers 2 and 3. Okay. With access only given to the royal army. I hate to say it, but you guys are smart. You could have been in the prince's entourage or the royal army by now. Why not? Too much hassle. I love how they also had to say like, this is too much work. It's too much work. Too much hassle. The carefree squad would rather sit on the fence. I'll put in the transfer request for myself then. Sari, is this what you really want? Ooh, That was like, this is like a flashback to the guy he shot. With like when it came to that drill. I like moved pan, like I moved over, but there's like other stuff before that. Okay. On the fence. I suppose if he were my friend, I should be by his side and get on his case. It can't be helped. He was born into it. Being a prince in his nature. You can't do a thing. It's up to him. Sari himself is okay with the way things are. We're not just regular friends. Once our status and situations change, that's why the status quo is the best. Why does friendship have to take a back seat the closer we get to him? That's why I'll stay at the bottom and keep yelling at the top of my lungs. Sari, is this what you really want? You know what? Like, the thing for me is, like, I understand what Tagashi... I think one of the things that I love about Tagashi is his ability to, like, you know, add depth to characters. I think he's, like, phenomenal at that. And I think for me, I understand that, like, so many people in this manga are, like, not, you know, good people, you know, in whatever, like, you know, moral scales they're trying to use or whatever. But like the Fourth Prince is like awful. Like he's just awful, right? So the fact that these people are like his friends, it's like either they know that, you know, either they know that like he's been killing like all these like you know people, including like women, right? He's like basically a serial killer, a wealthy serial killer, right? And they're just like, you know, or they don't know any of that stuff, which I don't think that's true, you know. So this doesn't, like, it's just kind of funny. It's just like interesting that like these, like, I mean, we know it, right? Like, these people are very close to the princes, right? You look at Prince Benjamin and his guards; they're like, Prince Benjamin is my only family, right? Like that kind of thing. You know, the first prince's guard who didn't shoot Camilla, but like took the bullet from Camilla, like it hit his like head and like he was like bleeding a little bit, but it's like he just got shot by a gun, you know, so he probably should have been more hurt, but he wasn't. That guy, right? Like after Camilla used her Nen ability against the other guard. So like these people are all very close to the princes and they have like a very intense bond with them, but I care, but I don't care, because I'm just like, y'all are friends with a murderer. Like he's a psycho. Like he's a psychopath, yo. You know, I think they don't know because even Hulkenberg likes him and he wouldn't go for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I feel like they probably don't know, right? Like I feel like it's like if you knew, you'd be like, maybe I don't want to do that. You know, like maybe I like avoid this stuff or whatever. But I feel like they probably don't know. All right, next page. Prince Sari is being taught Nen by Theta, his personal bodyguard. I knew it. This is top secret. If you tell anyone, you'll be demoted. What is this Nen anyway? I don't know. It's classified. I was just about to probe into it. What a shame. Bork, are you pretty mad? Yes, obviously. Talk about a backstab. I told you so you'd be warned. I can't believe you snitched to Gipper. I didn't snitch. We need intel, and we got to propose the transfer request early warning system. You think Gipper would switch out now that he's up there? I bet he's proposing to restrict communication with the lower tiers because of information leakage, using me as pretext. You're right, but I still think there's a 5% chance that Gipper would listen to his conscience, look at the big picture, and maintain contact with us. Well, it's still the same. It's still the same now that I'm no longer up there. Gipper will never be able to get anything out of Theta. We know you're friends with Theta, but would she tell you the top secret stuff? She might not tell me about Nen, but there was something that caught my eye. When the prince found out about Nen, Theta acted weird after that, along with Salkov, who was standing next to her. Sometimes it's all in how you ask, and you don't even need an answer. I could have done it, but we'll have to do what we can down here. Don't worry, we're all thinking the same thing. Morena Prudo most likely uses Nen. Therefore, to protect our own lives, we will avoid her at all costs. Hooray, she's still the Bork we know. You know, I haven't given up on my career ambitions. We avoid her, while pretending to look for her. Do you have any idea how hard that will be? Should be simple. We know what she looks like, but they don't know us. No, they probably do. The tattoo artist who gave us our unit tattoos was once a Hailey member. Oh boy. The prince recruited him so he avoided the massacre when Morena rose to position, but we were in his client database. We should assume Morena has intel on the personal soldiers. Is Nen that dangerous? I don't know the details, but observing Theta and Salakov, I know it's the kind of weapon that shouldn't be made public. I just said it's worse than a gun. You're not persuasive enough? Borkson's words carry more weight, kind of like comparing cotton and osmium. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. If the prince is trying to learn Nen now, does that mean we could use it too? I could have investigated up there, but now protecting ourselves is a priority. We're at a disadvantage being in the dark about Hailey members. We should make contact with Shiyu or Shar at once and organize a cooperative system. Roger. Bork, what if one of us gets caught by Morena? Would you tailor your response? Right. We should plan for that too. That was an interesting chapter. There was so much information in there. Again, the thing, I feel like for me, and I'm not gonna like speak for anyone else before I get to the next chapter, because I know that the next chapter is about the Phantom Troop. I know that. I have no idea what's in the chapter. I just know it's about the Phantom Troop. So I'm excited for it. I want to get to it, but I want to say a couple things before I get to the next chapter. I think for me, whenever I get a chapter like this one, that's like very like text heavy. It's like, so there's so much going on and like so many conversations happening and like so many ideas being like exchanged. I don't beat myself up over it. And like, I'm not trying to get every single little thing the first time. I know I'm not going to get every single thing the first time. It's not like a story where I am. I think like this is a chapter that's meant to be reread. I think a good number of Hunter x Hunter chapters, especially when it comes to this arc, are meant to be reread. You're supposed to go back and reread chapters and have a clear idea of like the connections and things like that. You're not going to remember the names of every single character. There are so many characters, right? Unless you're really, really into it and it's something that you really want to take in and like study and like get. So that's not my goal for reading the first chapter. My goal for reading this chapter the first time is to just be like, okay, generally what's going on is like they're talking about, okay, what's going on with the fourth prince? What's going on with Morena? What might be going on with the both of them? Does Morena have Nen? Is Seri, is he learning Nen? Right? What's going on with Theta? She had a particular look on her face. Maybe Nen is not something that we're supposed to know. Maybe Nen is not something that Seri is not supposed to know, even though they have a connection with them, right? So and they're like contemplating all of these things, and they're also like, right, and they have like dynamics. They have like ways that they talk with each other. They have idiosyncrasies. That's the kind of stuff that I feel like, obviously you can get that in with fewer words and things like that. The problem is I feel like that some people might not get, and this is where I get to like other people, is that this is a situation, right? This is a space. This is like a setting where you have to like talk a lot, or you have to mentally think a lot, right? Like you have to have internal monologues, like really lengthy internal monologues, and like specific and like astute internal monologues or conversations amongst like fellow like soldiers and fellow like followers and whatever, because if you don't, you could die, right? Like this is kind of like this is a situation where right, like in a Nen battle, you try to keep everything close to your chest, and because you have to keep everything close to your chest, you're constantly thinking, right, about different scenarios, and you have to go through the scenarios very carefully. And if you don't, you could die. Like you could just be done. Right? Another Nen user could come through, pack you up, and it would just be just as that easy, right? If you don't consider those things, right? That's why, like, when we see certain fights and we see certain confrontations, there's so much like thought involved internally, right? In terms of those internal monologues, and when it's people that are that when it's people that like are around like their comrades and stuff like that, then the conversations are like verbal, like right, or like actually like verbal and like audibly, right? Like people can, right, they can talk to each other because they trust each other generally, like more or less, right? Like, so they don't have to have all those intense internal monologues when they're around each other. They're just going to talk a lot, and they're going to talk about bouncing ideas off of each other and like things like that, especially if they're intelligent, right? So that's why there's so much text, right? Like, could Tagashi like cut down a text? I think so. I think there's some things that like aren't super necessary. When it comes to like, certain labels, when it comes for certain characters and things like that, like certain guards and the like statuses and stuff. But sometimes, it's like I'm not going to be bothered by that because I don't have to like I don't feel an obligation to remember every single thing. So if it's there, it is what it is. I don't feel an obligation to remember all that stuff. I feel like some people are fans of certain series and they feel like they have to remember things because yeah, they kind of have to if they want to like understand certain things later on or make theories or guesses or whatever, right? But Hunter x Hunter is not really about that. Hunter x Hunter is not really about like making theories or guesses or anything like that. It's just about like seeing how the plot develops, seeing how these characters develop, seeing how the interactions play out and stuff like that. And it's fun. Like, so I have no theories. I don't have any theories about Hunter x Hunter. Like, not really. I don't have any theories. I don't particularly care about the theories, right? When it's with Hunter x Hunter. It's not that kind of series. I don't think. So I don't have to take in every single thing. So this chapter is fine with me because it's like it's just a chapter about these guards who were just like, shooting the shit. That's what they're doing, right? They're kind of like, yeah, like this stuff is serious, but also like we're trying not to make it that serious, right? We're kind of shooting the shit. We're trying not to like move up the ranks and that kind of thing generally because it's too much of a hassle, right? Like if we were to move up the ranks and we were in Theta's position, we'd be Theta right now. We'd be the ones who people would have to pray for, right? We'd be the hashtags, right? It wouldn't be pray for Theta. It'd be pray for, these other folks, right? It'd be like, that's what it would be. So I like chapters like this are great, especially when you're reading a volume. They're like fantastic for a volume. When you read them on their own, you take in what you take in, and then you move on. And then if you have to go back, you can go back, right? Rereading is essential. Right? And what that means is that it's okay not to take everything in all at once the first time you read it. It's okay. You're not going to get everything. Okay. Right? Like on the reread, it's going to be wonderful for me. Right? Okay. All right. And so for me, like, right, that's how I said, like, I'm not going to, like, get on myself like, oh, man, I didn't get everything. It's okay. It's fine. It's no problem. No biggie. All right. It's a lot. Okay. And, like, there's a good amount of information here. Right. But that's cool. That's cool. Because I don't have to take it all in at once. All right. I don't have to understand every single thing. All right. Chapter 395, y'all. I'm going to start trying to input, like chapter start like times and stuff like that. When it comes to my reactions. But I have to like figure out when I'm gonna do that because I'm just always so busy, y'all. I'm just like always so busy. All right, chapter 305, the moment of truth. The moment of truth. Okay. Let's get into it. All right, so here we go. All right, let me change it up. Let me get some water. Okay. I knew it. They're warping around the ship. Okay, so those are the guys that we've seen before who were like killing people, right? Like they're part of Hailey family. They're working with Morena. They're working for Morena. Chapter 395 is entitled Founding Part 1. Ooh, I love when it's like parts. I like that. I like those Part 1 chapters or Part 2 chapters. Those are always pretty good. This should be the only hallway to the standard cabins. But they went in and didn't come out. A few hours later, They went in again from a different direction. It's also possible there are secret passageways built into the ship itself, just like the secret hideouts. But if that trap in room 3101 could be created with an ability, it's more likely that they're using a Nen ability as transit to their hideout. Hailei's official office Hailei's official office that the military knows of is here in Tier 3. A platoon of Seri's personal army discovered the body of a warehouse guard, and the area is currently closed off. Right, so that's what we just saw. Right, like that those 5 folks talking amongst each other and like talking about what was going on. They found the body, and they're like, going through all the different scenarios and what might be happening, and if that's the case, what they should do and how they should prepare. All right, like they have to do that. Like if you're not that thorough, like boom, you're gonna I keep saying this, brother. It's like it's no exaggeration to say that like if you're not super thorough in this world on this ship, right, on the Black Whale, you'll end up dead. You just be dead, right? And no one will bat an eye. Okay. Right? Yes. They weren't in the office. Next, we found the secret hideout also in Tier 3 behind room 3101. 3101. Although this hasn't been confirmed. Nobunaga's group from the troop is heading there. In the meantime, we'll go after the pair Heinrich found. Capturing them alive would be best since we don't know how the cops will react, but we'll work with what we get. Hailey knows who we are, so we won't take part in the search, but we can turn ourselves in instead if you kill them. Did you explain the trap to the Phantom Troop? Of course. I asked if they had a strategy. They said, it doesn't matter. All right. They said, don't matter. It don't matter. Knock, knock. The answer is always going to be the same. If you don't got the money, your lady is... Yeah. Phaeton is like, stop talking. Stop talking. We done with the talk. We done with the talk. So stop. Okay, let's go. So, should we go through this wall? No. The door might not be the only thing that activates the trap. Let's try from the bathroom. Let's try from the bathroom. If the story checks out, the hidden room should be 4 to 5 times as large as this room. That means it should also be connected back there. I don't care if it's a trap. Sure, as long as the trap sends us somewhere within the ship. But what if it throws us out into the ocean? These guys are thirsty for blood. They wouldn't blow an opportunity like that. But you've got a point. The bathroom it is. Okay. Okay, so that opened up, actually. Woo! Quick. No, we're not good with the swords. Oh, it's so cool. So cool. All right. You first. Huh? What? What is that? What's in there? Let me get someone younger. Yo, Peyton's like, you better go in there, son. You feel like getting stabbed? Okay. Okay, so there is a hidden black space. All right, and there are lights in there. Nobody's here. They were just here. If they sensed us coming and ran, that makes them pretty perceptive, but it's inconsistent, meaning that guy with the crescent scar was a total amateur riding high on getting his ability. But abandoning the hideout this effectively reeks of leadership and experience. Then why let a defenseless newbie get to us without warning him? A scapegoat? Sacrificing one in order to tighten the reins on the others is a likely explanation. But these guys are very much like us. Maybe a switch was flipped when one of their own was killed. You keep saying that, but it's totally different. We don't admit amateurs, and we don't want to destroy the world. You sure? We were like this in the beginning. We were just fumbling in the dark, searching for something. anything. And most of all, resignation and anger were the driving force. Am I right? Wow, Meteor City. Look at this spread panel. Look at this spread panel. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Yo. Oh my goodness. This has got to be a lucky find for sure. Nice pass. I hope it's something we don't need to speak the language to understand, like anime or action. Those foreign language lesson tapes last time were the worst. yo, already I'm like so happy. I'm so happy. I can't even describe how happy I am right now. Like, yeah. Gelman, which we don't know. Lessons, Gelman lessons taught in Janan, which we also don't know, in 20 volumes. Well, half the fun is not knowing what you're going to get. If only this wasn't Uvo's territory, we could spend more time searching. Machi was watching us rummaging around. We might get in trouble later. You stinking rats. How dare you take stuff from my domain? I've had it up to here. You're dead meat. But if you do as I say and give it back, I'll only kill you once. If you keep running, I'll kill you 10 times over. He's such an idiot. If he's going to kill us anyway, there's no way we're going to do what he says. And then he threw the stone from far away and got him down. Yo, that's so funny. Perfect hit. You'll die 9 more times. Stay right there. Bam. Crollo, you watch it first. The stuff here doesn't belong to anyone. It belongs to everyone. Right. Hey, Uvo. Idiots who care about domains in a place like this can only be cured by death. A place like this? Which one of us is the self-diminishing idiot? Yo, I'm always myself, wherever I am. Boom. Crollo, stop. Crollo, go. Yo, Crow, got something good? We're nicer than Uvo. If you hand it over, we promise we'll give it back to you later. Look at them all. They look so little. They're so funny. Oh my God, they look so cute. They're so cute. Look how little he is. Yeah, Shalnock, adorable. Adorable. I can't even. They're all so adorable. I can't. Like, Finks is just like too much. Look at him. Phaeton just like on the back. There you go. Don't tell Uvo. Oh, I forgot to say. Later means 100 years later. Sucker. Vroom. Yo, Curlo's too smooth with it. He's too smooth with it. Oh, God. Yo. Oh, I mean, like, that's the thing, right? It's like, even though they don't have, they have certain qualities. Like, you just kind of know. You just know, like, that's Franklin. That's Uvo. That's Shalnark. That's Machi. That's Phaeton. That's Crow. Like, you just know. Let me see, like, the people who were there that we know. Crow was so smooth with it. Learning Gelman, volume 20. So funny. Where is this? It's like a massive place. I guess this is where the elder of Meteor City lives. It's a massive place. Okay. Welcome back, Crollo. Studying from videos again today? Yeah. I see there are more small graves. Oh, it's terrible. They even enter the internal residential zones these days. There are more and more kids who get kidnapped and never return. You should avoid going to the outskirts alone. People born in Meteor City don't have certificates of societal identity to prove their existence. They were reprobates who twisted the fact to mean these people who don't exist don't count as human, and therefore it was not a crime to hunt them. Until Meteor City allied with the mafia, exchanging personnel for a guarantee of safety. There were hundreds of victims every year, with 70% of those being children under 15 years old. That's wild. Subsequent to their ties with the mafia growing stronger, Nen abilities began to manifest among the city elders, giving rise to a pledge that eventually became the law of retribution. Only life can compensate for a life. We'll accept anything you leave here, but don't ever take anything away from us. As the world came to fear the city of victims whose humanity no one even recognized, the Phantom Troop came into being. I'm going to use the AV room again. Take your time, but there's someone using it. Hi, I figured it was you, Paku. I was like crying. I can't. I was definitely. There was a point where, I feel like when I started watching Hunter x Hunter, like the first time I ever watched it, right? Like it was the 1999 version. It was like years ago, and years ago, and I was watching the 1999 version. I think I watched the 1999 version like 12 years ago or something like that. Maybe even further back. Yeah, I want to say like 12 years ago is when I first watched the 99 version, like 2010, something like that, 2009. Yeah, maybe even further back. Like, yeah. And I wasn't like, I loved the fan show. They were cool, but I wasn't like as attached to like Pakunoda and like certain people as I am now. Like now I have a different like attachment to them and a different appreciation for them than I did the first time around. So just seeing Paku here, like just like hi, like my heart. Oh my god. Oh, that's so sad. It's a church. Apparently the panel when Shalnar gets hit is okay, it's a church. Okay, got you. That's so sad. Yo, Takashi goated. Oh, amazing. The others stay away because they don't want to be lectured by Father Lysaurus. He always told me you were learning stuff from videos. I thought nobody would ever find me in the church. Please don't tell Uvo or Finks. You always see right through us. That's not true. It's blank. No biggie. Think of it as a new blank tape. You can speak Gelman and Janan already? Yeah, their grammar is similar. So once you learn Gelman, Janan is like a dialect. Lysaura is reporting. Crollo is very inquisitive and quite studious. He shows a lot of promise. He surprises me often with his creative ideas. It might be interesting to bring him to the elders meeting to hear his opinions. I see. It would be wonderful if he could help us solve the various problems plaguing Meteor City. I'm assuming this is the elder who had the sun and moon ability. So this is just like a weird jazzercise video or something. I don't even like a pop group or something like that. Whoa, was this the Power Cleaners? Yep. Mighty Sweeping Power Cleaners. Yo, I'm sorry. Not Power Rangers, not Super Sentai. Mighty Sweeping Power Cleaners, the global sensation. They must have programmed the VCR wrong. I fast forwarded about 10 minutes and there it was. This is amazing. Let's invite everyone over and watch it together. We don't even have to know what they're saying to enjoy it. Right. But it would be more fun if we could understand. Sure. But, so, I have a favor to ask. You want to make a dub? You say the lines to match the characters talking. I'll translate and write out all their lines. I want you to do the voice of the pink cleaner. Is that okay? I suppose I can help my little squire. You always call me that, but I'm older than you. Sorry, it never seems that way. And I have another request. You want to ask Sheila and Sarasa, right? To dub the purple cleaner and the orange cleaner. The love triangles and exchanges between the female members are a big part of the draw, right? It's better to have 3 people acting them out for the chemistry. I love you, Paku. You don't have to flatter me. I'll convince them. Huh? It's not flattery. It's the truth. I mean it. Okay. I'll do it. That sounds so fun. I'll do it if Sadasa's gonna do it. Shh. We're gonna show it next Sunday in the church hall, and we can't let Uvo and the guys find out before then. That idiot gets mad and loud when he doesn't get all the attention. Sheila, what book is that? The Swashbuckling Adventures of Dino Hunter. Haven't you read that already? This is the only book I read because I'm going to be a hunter someday. Shouldn't you read lots of books then? Leave me alone. I'll make it work. Here are your scripts. Already? Just in time. Just in the time I went to look for them? Sheila, you have to stop reading while you walk or else you'll keep getting hurt. You mean you're going to do all the other voices? I want to be orange. Yeah. We can get started right away. And if we recruit any more people, there's a bigger risk that we'll be found out. Cruella should have been born someplace else. Yeah. Orange is full of energy. That's why I picked her. Oh. There's a van. And they got taken off. And then they're doing a dubbing. Like 3 of them. Like 3 children. There's a van. Some guy comes out of it. That's the end of the chapter. Wow. I haven't, and that's why there's certain things I feel like like Sheila's a name that I've heard before, but I can't remember where I heard it. It might be from there, but I haven't read enough of Kurapika's past stuff. Like I know who like Pyro is and like stuff like that, but I don't know more than I need to. You know what I might do if I can find it. I'll do a reaction to that because I just haven't. And I feel like a shame now. Like I haven't read the Kurapika stuff, but it is something that I want to read. If I'll ask, I'll like make like a request on Twitter, and if people can like get me, like, some translations of that, I would react to it. I'd react to it, and then I come back to this chapter and like see what I missed. But I feel like the way this chapter ended was so interesting. Like there was just this like what a like way to end that chapter. This is part 1, right? So like are those 3 kids like the 3 kids that we just saw, like Sheila and like these 3? No, I mean I know one of those Paku, so Paku didn't get taken. Like right, so I don't know who these 3 people in the truck are. I feel like I should know and I don't. That wow. Wow. Huh. I'm just like I'm not saying much because it's like it's so intense. It's just so intense. And the way that chapter ended, like and like I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. I guess where I would okay. So I guess where I would begin is because I don't have much time. Like I want to take like a few minutes to do this. Because I have some cleaning I have to get done, and like that kind of stuff. But I guess where I'll start is just like I was not expecting a Phantom Troop like backstory at all. I should have though, right? Like at some point during this arc, because like the Phantom Troop are such a central like figure. Like the Phantom Troop is such a central figure, right? Like I guess, and also because like this is like a death flag kind of thing, right? And I guess that's the second thing I want to say. Like this is kind of like a death flag kind of thing. Like some folks are gonna die. Like more of them are going to die. I have to believe that, right? Like more of them are gonna die. That's so sad. Yeah, the Curtis stuff, like that would be so interesting. And I feel like I don't know how many parts there'll be. I feel like this backstory will have like 3 to 4 parts. That's my guess. My guess is that the backstory will have like 3 to 4 parts. The first 2 parts will be like the first part would be like this, right? Where they're like little. The second part will be like the kind of stuff, that kind of stuff. But interesting. I hope we have like 3 parts. I hope we like part 1, part 2, part 3. Like that's what I would hope. But if we have 4 parts, I'd be like, yo, baby, like I'd be so hyped. 4 parts, Phantom Troop backstory, 4. Stop playing. All right. That's my hope. But if we have 2 parts, I'm not gonna be like, like I'll be like, but I'm not gonna be like, like I'm not gonna get like angry. I'll be like a little sad because I want more. But I think we'll get like 3 to 4 parts. I think that's where it's going. Because we've already gotten 390. What was it? 392, 393, 394, 395. So we have 4 chapters already out of like, and there'll be like 6 more chapters for like a volume, right? Or so. So, let's see. So I feel like there'll be like 4 parts, right? Like, 1, 2 more parts. That'd be like 3, and then we still have like 4 more chapters or something like that for the rest. So I feel like 3 parts. I think it'll be 3 parts. That's my guess. But this was really cool. I love seeing all of them like little and like just like chilling in this like massive like place. I love seeing their personalities like early on that just matched up. Little subtleties that kind of show you like, oh, this is why like this person has had their Nen ability, and you understand it. But like the stuff with Paku, I think is so great. I think that to me, Paku and Crollo, that's my favorite. Like that stuff between those two, because Paku is someone that's so perceptive, and she gets people right away, right? She's very good at like seeing through those little masks that we put on in our everyday lives, so that like people don't know exactly who we are and what we're thinking and things like that and how we're feeling. Paku's just like, just cuts through all of that. And her ability, her ability lets her like touch people and like see their memories and understand who they are. And so like that was like a nice, just like basic, like subtle, kind of touch for her character. Crollo is just like super, like he's just super nice, and I think obviously, right, like something, things happened along the way where Crollo just sort of shifted, right? Like kids get older, they're their personality shift as they move on to like adulthood and like their teenage years and stuff like that. So I don't think it's surprising that Crollo was like this kind of person who just kind of could talk to different people and like interact with different people in a certain way. And is also just like super intelligent, right? The backstory, I'm looking forward to so many things. It would be interesting if it does come in intervals. Like if it doesn't come like boom, boom, boom. I feel like it should. Like it should be like boom, boom. But I could understand if like we got like if we went back to like Crollo and Bologna. I can't ever pronounce his name. You know, boxing dude, right? With the mummy wraps. And Shizuku, right? Like if we went like to them and then we got another back kind of story kind of thing, I think that would be interesting. But I don't know. Like, you know, we'll see. We'll see. But I just love seeing like Crollo and Paku like as they were as like children, and like Crollo just being so inquisitive, like the elder, one of the elders said, right? Just very inquisitive, wanting to learn more, just soaking up knowledge about the world, about how people like, you know, communicate and live, and in a way, right? Like his desire to understand people is like a very childish kind of thing, right? Like children have like this like, you know, desire to like learn as much as they possibly can, right? If you've ever interacted with like elementary school children, they always want to tell you about the things that they've learned, or the things that they know about, or the things that they're interested in. They're just so invested in not only learning, but like showing off like what they've learned and telling other people about what they've learned and sharing what they've learned. Crow's like, you know, like Crow's like, at least when he was a kid, like he seemed to kind of be like that. But of course something happened, like all the stuff around him definitely affected him clearly, but I have to see more. I have to read the Kurapika backstory. I definitely need to read that. It's been like a long time coming. I just never got around to like sitting and saying, okay, I'm going to look for it. I'm going to read it and I'm going to have thoughts. But now that I think about it, it's something that I definitely want to do. So what I'm hoping to see in this backstory is, before I go, because it's like an hour and 6 minutes in, what I'm hoping to see is definitely more like them as like teenagers, right? Like seeing when the transitions happen in their personalities that take them from these kind of like bright-eyed children and like who they were to like, okay, we gotta, this is what we're doing. This is who we are as a group. Like we steal, we kill people. It is what it is. Like if they get in our way, it is what it is. And I feel like the Phantom Troop, like seeing this chapter, one thing that it makes me think of is like the Phantom Troop isn't just like a bunch of people who came together, who have come together to like steal things. It's like everything about the troop, can be tied back to like how they grew up and like right and where they grew up, right? Like this, like if you get in our way, it's a wrap. And that mentality that they take from like Meteor City, right? And like how Meteor City is like, yo, like don't mess with us. Right? Like y'all have done so much to like, in terms of like taking our children and leaving all these like all this junk behind and stuff like that. It's like, don't mess with us. We're not messing with any of y'all. Right? Everyone in the fantasy was very like, at least people like the people who were in the troop that like really are about the troop are like Meteor City like folks, right? So there's a lot of that, and like with Crollo, it's like, it's all about the community. It's not about the individual. Like it's about the community. That's what it's about. So if one of us like passes away or we die, we're still here. If someone in Meteor City passes away, right? Like the elder at some point passed away, like we're still here. Meteor City is still here. We're still about that life. It's just very interesting. I was gonna say something else that I thought about in terms of like how the fantasy was very much about like how they grew up and where they grew up. It's also right. It's like but yeah, So there's a way in which they're like we weren't even the proletariat, right? Like we were like the subaltern, like we were like not even subhuman. We were just like some other category that wasn't included, right? Like we weren't even like 3/5. We were like we weren't even on the fractional scale. You know what I mean? And like having that kind of like thought, of course you're gonna be like, all right, like fuck everybody else. It's about us. It's about this community. And we're going out into the world with that mentality. Like, right, like we're taking the Meteor City mentality with us. Right. So you can kind of see that, right? Like Hisoka's not from Meteor City, I don't think. So he's like, I just want to fight the boss. Like, I'm gonna put on a fake tattoo. I don't give a fuck about y'all. Like, you know, he's got his own thing. Kalato, right? It's like, I have my family. I got a family. Illumi, right? I got a family. You know, it's like that's kind of how it is. But everybody else is like, you know, like we weren't even treated like subhuman. We were treated like not even like an object. We weren't even treated like objects, you know. Oof. All right, so I think I'm gonna stop there. Because I gotta go. I have cleaning to do. I have laundry to do. Gotta get it done. Cause like Sunday is like really the only day where we can do it here, and it's not like an issue. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get some cleaning done. I have work tomorrow, so gotta make sure I get some sleep for that too. Hang out with my wife, hang out with my cats. But thank y'all for coming through to this live reaction to Hunter x Hunter chapters 394 and 395. It was great. It was great. I like both chapters for different reasons, but of course, like 395 is like amazing. All right, so I'm looking forward to next week. I don't know where it's going, but let's see. All right, and thank y'all for coming through in the chat. Idir, Amadou, now what? Thank y'all for coming through. Okay, I will figure out like timestamps and stuff like that. I want to start including those. I can't promise that because I'm just not going to promise that, but I'm going to see like what that looks like and how to include them, and I'll try. So thank y'all for coming through. All right, I'll see y'all next week. I'll always react to a Hunter x Hunter chapter when it comes out, but I'll also be doing like Alita next week. So Alita I'll react to Alita, Battle Angel Alita, Last Order, those chapters. I'll react to 5 or 6 chapters, I want to say, next week for that. And then the week after will be Yona, and then the following week will be Paradise Kiss. But I'll always react to Hunter x Hunter chapters. Like I'll do that. And then after Paradise Kiss, it'll be like Hunter x Hunter and then some Chainsaw Man thing. So that'll be a while. That'll be like down the line. All right. Because I can only do a reaction like once a week. I can't do more than that. I just don't have the time. So it is what it is. Thank y'all for coming through, y'all. I'm the Black Manga Critic, and I'm out.